Warren.
How are we gonna know? Actually, this is real. Wasn't a planned bit for the, not to call out the equipment. How are we gonna know when this is dead? Like, is it gonna shut off?
I imagine it'll turn off.
Yeah,
or
is it gonna say, attention, your microphones are about to self-destruct?
No.
Why not?
It's like in
Because I didn't get it from
vibes.
James Bond.
What is with you and this robot voice in The Incredibles?
That's just what I think of.
But why are you like attracted?
Mimosa?
Yeah, see, he always does that.
It's just
Do you
one
even
of
know
those
what we're
movies-
referencing? No, nobody does except him. He doesn't even love the movie. You like it? Fine.
I like it.
Yeah.
It was one of those that was always in the car.
Incredibles?
Yeah. So I just watched it 1,000 times.
Right. Yeah, but you just
Yeah,
you got to think for like robot voices. Does this thing do it for you?
I don't think that's true.
Maybe Alexa.
Alexa.
The one from Wall-E?
What?
Yanny.
Eve.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think that's a good movie.
Christmas Eve.
I don't think Up is a good movie either.
Oh, that's insane.
You're not down with that?
That's insane.
You want me to go 3 for 3?
No.
This will only take a minute.
This will only take a minute, Major.
Sometimes it's like 9/11. Sometimes it's the post office.
I'm sorry, this will only take a minute.
It'll only take a minute, I promise.
The sponsor.
Did you just swallow yours in?
No.
This will just take a minute. Police business.
Can you give us a minute?
This'll take a minute, Bruce. Could you please just give me a minute?
Live TV sucks.
I know you gotta get to work. This will only take a couple minutes, please.
I don't think Ferris Bueller's Day Off is a good film.
You're insane.
That's actually terrible.
Yeah,
that's a terrible thing.
Do you know why?
No.
Well,
Freezing cold.
No, I don't know why. What does that mean?
Freezing cold.
That's.
not
I don't
a
know
hot
why. I don't know why. I was gonna say I don't know. I watched it when I went home,
Uh-huh.
and I was watching it. It was started. We were all just kind of sitting around and we were watching it, and it was about 25 minutes in. And I was like, I have not laughed yet.
For Christ's sake, look at him, honey.
The only two characters I laugh at. Okay, I guess it is a good film. Whatever. The only two characters
win.
I laugh at are the principal and Cameron. I don't think Matthew Broderick is funny in that movie at all. When he
Yeah,
talks,
but it's not really like it's not like he's funny in the movie.
oh, it's not, was he about to say Ferris Bueller's not a comedy?
He misspoke.
Oh, that was
I mean,
insane.
He didn't
Did you
mean
guys
that.
hear that?
He didn't mean it.
Did you hear
There's
that?
funny scenes, but it's not. It's not like. I love the movie. It's
Oh
one of my favorite
my
movies.
God!
But I don't watch it the same way I watch Dumb and Dumber and be like, I'm about to have a barrel of laughs here.
On
Like,
the record, will you say it, sir? Ferris Bueller is not a comedy.
as opposed to like.
No. Answer the question.
I guess if I have to put it on the record, sure. It's
So
not.
it is. I was being a
I
little.
disagree. I think it is.
I was being a little Skip Bayless there. I do think it's a good movie and it's funny, but every time he speaks into the camera, I think it's cringeworthy, fucking garbage, terrible. Like to the point where I'm like, how did he even get in this role? He has got no charisma. He's like into the
He
void.
might be the most
No.
charismatic
Yeah,
character
Yeah,
ever
you're
on
insane.
in a movie.
Yeah, when he's not speaking to the camera, I hate all that stuff.
Well, wasn't that like the first time they've ever done that? Who did that before?
No, I don't care about that. He speaks into the camera with this monotone Macaulay Culkin Home Alone like, yeah, my name is Serge. Like I don't like it. I think
Trick
it's
to
weird.
faking out the parents.
Oh,
You're
you're
down on your knees, moaning and wailing. You lick your palms.
Yeah, and I'm watching this like this is weird and uncomfortable.
He's
I don't-
talking to you as a friend.
I don't like it at all. But the funniest scene in the movie is when, I'm sure you can quote it verbatim, is when Cameron is pretending to be the dad on the phone.
Rudy, calm down.
Really? That is the funniest.
Pardon my
You know, that's the
French,
funniest scene.
Yeah.
but you're an asshole.
Yeah.
I mean, no, it's not to say I watch and go, oh, gee, a laugh's coming up. It is funny. And, yeah, I mean, it's
Like compare it to like
He's
Dumb and
licking the
Dumber, it's not
glass.
even close.
well, yeah, but I
Not
don't think it's
even
supposed
close.
to be. Although John Hughes did come up with the idea for Dumb and Dumber.
Speaking of John Hughes, when my family and I were watching it, we were watching the scene in the beginning where I was about to say Macaulay Culkin, I just ruined the whole thing. Where Matthew Broderick is showering and he's singing in the shower, and he's got the towel on his head and the towel behind him, and and we're like, didn't Macaulay Culkin do this in Home Alone? And we were like, wait a second, what if Macaulay Culkin?
What, take a shower?
No, he looks exactly the same. He takes a shower, he
I
puts the
thought
one.
that was a reference.
That's exactly right. He puts the one towel on his head, the one on his body. He's singing in the shower, and he's walking through the house like that. Yeah. And we were like, what if Macaulay Culkin?
It's Ferris Bueller.
No, reincarnated. No. Isn't there a theory that Cameron is like dead the whole time?
That Ferris isn't real. It's all in Cameron's head.
I would prefer if that were true and he actually never was in the movie.
So that's so sad.
We
to
were
hear.
like,
It's
oh, I
insane.
wonder if Kevin McAllister was a big Ferris Bueller fan. That's why he did that. And then I remembered that John Hughes wrote Home Alone.
That'd be funny. They're like,
So I was like, John Hughes, that's self-referential.
Kevin McAllister's a big fan, and then John Hughes is like, "You're in luck, Kevin. I made that movie."
Now, listen, Ferris Bueller's fine. I didn't grow up with it, so I get it. If you grew up with it, you love it, whatever. It's not that funny, but you can think whatever you want to think.
A pigeon could shit on it. I don't know. I mean, Cameron is funny.
He is the funniest.
He's funnier than Ferris.
Thank you.
He's great.
But I don't. But that's what I'm saying. I don't think Ferris is supposed to be like the funny guy in the movie. He's supposed to be the cool guy.
Good. Then he's not funny. Oh, he's not cool either. He's like
I didn't
5
say he's
foot
not
nothing.
funny.
Did you hear about the spinoff?
What do you mean?
The spinoff has been greenlit.
Oh boy.
What? Of Ferris?
Pull it up.
Sam and Victor's Day Off.
What?
Do you know the characters of Sam and Victor?
No.
Okay.
Is this
Beautiful.
like a John and Kate plus 8 situation?
Nope, this is real. It takes place the same day that Ferris Bueller and Cameron and the girlfriend. whose name
Mia
is
Sarah. No, that's her name in the movie.
Oh
What's
yeah.
her name in the
Yeah,
what is her
it's
name
such
in
a
the
good
movie?
movie.
It's like
main characters.
Sloane Peterson.
There you go. Sam and
Oh, what do you know? It's Mr. Peterson.
Victor's Day Off takes place the same day, and it is based upon the two people
Oh, that's
that
funny.
stole the car for a little bit.
All right, you know that could be fun.
And I was like,
I don't mind that.
that could be interesting. I looked into it a little because it's harmless. You're not remaking Ferris Bueller.
Right.
Yeah.
You're not going to recast them. You might see like the behind, like you might literally see the backs of their heads. As
Right.
they're stealing.
Do you
But-
speak English? What country do you think
But
this is?
what's
That's funny.
interesting, it is coming from the creators of Cobra Kai.
Ah.
So, number one, they've proven that they could take something from the 80s and make it
Yeah.
good again. And number two, they've proven that they can't do anything else.
Right.
So, good luck to them.
Yeah.
Is Matthew going to reprise his role and they're going to de-age him like Robert De Niro?
And maybe he'll get in that car and run somebody over. That's why I don't like him. He killed my... I don't even know the gender of the person that was killed.
I think it was a woman. I think it was 2 people.
Oh, good. But yeah, isn't that weird?
That is strange.
But
But that could be interesting. And also, to be fair, I mean, greenlit. How many movies have been greenlit? I mean, this may never see the light of day.
Sure, but I think it is. It has a director.
Yeah.
Directed a bunch of episodes of The Goldbergs.
Oh.
A spin-off of the beloved teen comedy.
And the Goldbergs did an episode. Hey, I was not ever going to plan on going on record and saying it's not a comedy until sticking to my guns.
Holy shit! But anyway, this goes to
Like
like
a feel-good flick.
a bigger discussion about remakes and blah 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 and spin-offs. I feel like that's kind of the way to do it.
Yeah.
It really has nothing to.
Well,
It's
right.
just Ferris Bueller
If it-
again, but it's with
You're not going to hurt that movie's reputation
Yeah.
by making that movie.
If it was like a kid watched Ferris Bueller and was like, I want to do this, and then did it, and that's the spinoff, that'd be different.
Or if they made the TV show.
They literally did that in the Goldbergs. That's the Goldbergs episode about Ferris Bueller. Is they watch the movie and then redo everything.
And they do it in Homecoming too.
What?
They do the reference where he's running through the backyard.
Oh,
and stuff,
yeah,
and then
yeah,
they
yeah.
show the scene. He's like,
Great,
great
what
movie. Yeah, but
So you get to take back that it's actually a good movie, and I have to stick to it.
no, I'm saying objectively it's a good movie. I just don't like it.
that it does.
I don't have the reverence. I don't hold it in this high regard.
But it's not like Pee-wee's. There's a difference between that and like Pee-wee's Big Adventure, where I grew up with that movie, and it's like if I tried to show that to you now, you'd go, "What are you showing me?" But this is like,
I know. That's why I said objectively. I understand that people love it. I just don't get it.
The scene where he's singing is like my favorite
yeah.
scene.
And that's why I fell in love with the Beatles. I freaking love that movie.
Yeah, it's
so
fine.
good.
I actually think it's better as like a sneaky little drama than a comedy.
Yeah, it's
Just
sad
with-
at the
just
end
with
with
the
cameras.
sister. Yeah, and that too. And when his sister like finally is like okay with him. I'm
Yeah.
like, okay. Yeah. But I just
He
didn't
got a
laugh the whole
computer.
movie.
I got a car.
And the scene where he's talking. I mean, yeah, that's the best scene in the movie.
When he's on the
talking
phone?
with, yeah, with the principal. That's so good. And his little secretary is hilarious too.
Yeah, she's hilarious.
Yeah.
Grace. And she just pulls pencils out of her hair. And she
Yeah,
just
yeah,
keeps
yeah,
picking
yeah.
shit out of her hair. Rudy. Calm down.
Yeah, it's a
That's
fun
great
movie.
too. I could go on all day about this, and I should.
Time.
I watched Ready Player One recently.
Great movie.
Have you seen it?
Yeah.
Do you like it?
I mean, I don't not like it. I saw it right when it came out, and that's it.
Okay. I know that some people like it, some people hate it. I've seen a lot of discourse recently. Because I watched a bunch of Spielberg movies recently. And the reason I bring this up is because, do you know the scene in the movie where they go to The Shining?
Of course.
In the book, it's... Oh, shoot. Well, it's either Ferris Bueller's Day Off or it's War Games. And the scene in the book is that he has to... the more lines he gets right from the movie, the more tokens he gets or whatever. I'm like, oh, that's fine. But The Shining was cooler. I watched that movie and I do like it. But my question to you is this. Was it a waste of Spielberg's time? Because it was 2 years of his life. And when he dies one day, are we going to look back and go, maybe we could have done another Fablemans instead of Ready for It?
But that was like a fun, like, pretty much every movie referenced is a Spielberg movie.
Yeah, and that's why they were like, yeah. But do you think he was like, fine, I'll do it? Like, when you watch it, do you get that energy of like, fine, I'll just stick a camera in a computer and...
Yeah.
Because, like, it's not like, I don't watch and go, boy, he's still got it. I go, this is a movie that I like, but it could have been directed by you.
Well, yeah, I was going to say, the first couple times that I've seen it, I never even knew he directed it.
Exactly. But, and to be fair, like, like, people say, like, there's no Spielberg magic. And I understand that when I watch other movies, like E.T. or whatever, which is ridiculous to watch
It's like all
E.T.
CGI, though.
Well, yeah, I was going to say, like, to watch E.T. and then to watch Ready Player One and go, like, what happened? It's like, well, don't do that. Like, don't watch Inception and watch, you know, well...
The Prestige.
No, I was literally cycling through any bad movie, and he's just made none. But you get it. But there is magic in the CGI. Like, there's the race that happens when it goes underneath, and all this, you see how the game works, and it's pushing the T-Rex up. I'm like, oh, that's awesome, but it's all fake. Yeah. So I don't know if that's impressive. Like, is a long take in an animated film impressive? No. I'm asking you.
No.
I never thought of that as being impressive.
Right, like, you don't watch it and go, it's a one take.
Yeah, I never realized that at all.
But, like, is that hard to do as an animator? I don't know why I'm asking people who have never animated anything.
I would guess not.
Right, but so I think that's
because there's no coordinate. The fun part about like a long take, like you watch True Detective, there's a 10-minute scene of him running through backyards and police coming. You go, holy shit, how hard would this be to like set up?
Yeah.
But then animation, it's like, oh, that guy's blinking.
Anyways.
Yeah, it's like, well, then move him.
Mm-hmm. That'd be kind of fun to do fake continuity errors in animated movies.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's it. I got more movie stuff, but I want to just do movie stuff all day.
All right, we're gonna take a time out here. We're back. So I ordered a couple things online recently: microphones, knickknacks, paddywhacks.
Oh yeah, but we're hands free. Sorry. Go ahead.
Yes, we are.
I could do that. Oh, right on the mic.
right in the hand. So I ordered a microphone, a new XLR cable, and a stand for said microphone, all on Amazon at the same time. However, they figure it all out. They go, hey, we're going to ship you the cable and the stand as one thing, and the microphone separately. Go, great, do your thing, Amazon. Just get it to my house.
Do your thing. Yeah, go
ahead.
off.
You
Let
figured it out. So then, 4 o'clock this morning, they said all three of them were at the post office by our house. I go, great. Not that I was checking at 4.
There's
but
2 though. Did you go to the right one?
Well, I mean, like they've arrived at the post office. They're gonna get there later. So then, like checking the shipping tracking shit, it says, "Hey, they all got there. The cable and the stand will be delivered today. They're out for delivery. The microphone's there, but it's not out for delivery." I go, these bastards. Like it's in the thing. I can see the times, and it was there at the exact same time, like 4 a.m. Like, come on.
It's like the Sebastian joke about the medicine. Yeah. I'll pull that up later.
I work in the postal industry. I get it's hectic.
Yeah.
But come on, if it's there, give it to me today.
Oh, you actually do work in the postal industry.
So if you were working, you would have put them.
Exactly. I would have thought ahead. So at 3 o'clock today, I check my phone because it doesn't notify me. Whatever. I check my phone to see if it's delivered, and it says the cable and the stand have been delivered. So I go to the mailbox, get the key out of there, open it up. There's my stuff. Come back here. There's nothing I can do with it. Like I bought a green screen. That's different. I can I'm not going to film anything, but I can set it up.
It's actually behind us, and what we put behind us is just the apartment.
They're for continuity purposes. But
that's a funny. We'll circle back to that.
So the cable and the stand are here. They're up in my room. And then I look at my phone to see is there any update on the microphone? There shouldn't be because it just says it's at the post office, but I'm psychotic, so I look and it says delivered.
Oh.
So I was like, well, what the hell? I was just there. I was just at the mailbox, but I walked up there and it wasn't in the mailbox. So now I'm very confused.
Are you getting a text?
No, my watch is about to die.
You getting like a phone call?
Yeah,
not funny.
I have the cable and the stand in my room waiting on the microphone, but it says the microphone has been delivered. It never said it was out for delivery, whatever. So I go to the post office and I say, excuse me, man. I ordered a couple things online. They were all supposed to be here today. It says delivered. One thing was delivered. Another thing says delivered, but it was not in my mailbox. And he goes, all right, 1 second. Just all I need you to write down is your name, your phone number, and the tracking number. So I go aside in the line on the counter, and I write down all that stuff, give him it back, and he types in the tracking number, and he goes, says it was delivered. I was like, yeah, that's the problem. I know it says it was delivered.
Oh my God.
I just told you that said it was delivered. That's why I'm here. It was not delivered. No. And then he's just like, well, I'll talk to my supervisor. And the line was getting long, and it was 20 minutes before they closed. It was on my way to work. I had to take my FedEx hat off because I didn't want to be disrespectful. Or
Did you actually?
Yeah. I didn't want any biases towards me as a customer, so I took it off, pretended I was on their side. Went in, and yeah, the guy was like, says it was delivered, and then he just took down my phone number and was like, all right, I'll talk to my supervisor. But I'm just like, what'll that do? You're going to talk to your supervisor and be like, where's this man's microphone?
What do you think the chances are that he actually did talk to a supervisor?
Less than 10%.
Yeah, that's what I think.
But you give him a chance.
Yeah.
What about my uncle?
My problem is, like, originally it wasn't supposed to be here tomorrow, so I'm not upset that it's not here right now. I didn't think it was supposed to be here now, but I'm concerned that it was delivered. It's in one of the lockers at our mailbox, and it's just, there's no key to get it, and it's just stuck in the
Did you
mailbox.
check the big one?
There's no keys for it.
I know, it just opens.
What do you mean?
The big locker that's in our, like, so there's a bunch of small ones that one of them has our number, and then there's a big one on the bottom left on each thing, like a big box.
Oh, yeah. Well,
check
that's what
that
they do. When they give you those packages, they put the key for it in the locker.
Yeah, they did that once, and I was real confused. I was like, what do I do with this key?
You open the locker.
Yeah, but then what do I do once it's done?
It stays in there until the mailman comes back.
Right. I saw other lockers that were empty with the keys in them. I'm like, I'll leave mine here. I don't know what to do.
I would have put it in there and closed it.
Oh, that would have been bad.
So that's all. It just bugs me because it's like, it's one thing to
something
say
Rich would
it'll be here tomorrow. I don't care about, but I'm like, if it's lost, I'd like to know. Or if it's just some guy who scanned it in the back of his truck before actually putting them in the lockers and then just didn't put it in. I'm like, well, hey, brother, what are you doing here,
What's that
government?
song? Hey,
Brother, blood is thicker.
Oh, what is that song?
It's like Avicii or
If
something.
the side of the sky, no, Swedish House Mafia, right? Comes falling down. For
There
you.
ain't nothing in this world I wouldn't do.
Oh, it is Avicii. But wait, what am I thinking of? Oh, remember that song? Don't you worry,
yeah.
child. Anyway,
So there, I mean, I could have gotten more screamy. I called my parents and got all my anger out, and then they kind of yelled at me that I was being rude. I'm like, well, sorry!
my pride is at the cleaners.
What?
With my hoodie and my fuck you flip flops. You pretentious douchebag.
Oh, yes.
Well done.
So,
They're like, Andrew, can you do it again, but like maybe a little more energy?
So that's my situation. I hate the post office. I went down there. It's just like, I understand. They had this stupid sign in the post office that says, we cannot hand you boxes. Like, we
Confirm or
cannot give
deny.
you boxes over the counter. But it's just like, why is that a rule?
Yeah, why are you there?
This is perfectly teeing up the Sebastian bit.
And I get that they're like, hey, our system is we deliver by truck. I'm like, hey, I'm not trying to get here like a day early and be like, give me my mail, motherfucker.
Yeah.
But if you're saying it's not
Sam Jackson be like, Sam Jackson at the post office be like,
it's not around, I'm just like, well, it's back there.
Yeah.
And I'm here, and here's my ID, and a picture of me, and a picture of me in real life, my face, and here's my address,
picture of me in real
and the address on the box, it's me. And they're like, sorry, policy. Why?
Yeah.
Now that is what makes me angry. So it's just like, obviously they didn't have the box, but it's like, are those tiny rules that you just come up with out of nowhere? Is that a part of this system where it's like, hey, we look it up on USPS tracking, says it's delivered. I'm like, right, you don't have a system that's like, you know, an administrator thing where you can actually see where it's at. You're just using I put
same
the
thing
tracking
as-
number in. I'm like, yeah, exactly. Where I'm like, yeah, I know it says that. That's why I came here and it says it was delivered.
It's an unfortunate story, no doubt about it. And listen, and listen, I don't know if you want to just become the rant guy, but you just saying now that's what makes me angry. I mean, how is that not a new segment on the show? I'm not kidding.
I like the idea.
You just come in every week. Sometimes it's like 9/11. Sometimes it's the post office and everything in between.
Yeah. Everything between the post office and 9/11. Now this could go on for another hour and a half.
Pencil now. That's a pen, I guess.
But it's erasable though, so it's a mix between both.
Wow.
The
Who would have thought?
I said this to you the other
You
day.
give that to George Washington, his head would explode.
Give it to Abe Lincoln. His head did explode. Or JFK. Wow. Or Biden. Just kidding.
Too soon.
That just happens.
Are
when
you
he
calling
tries
your
to,
shot there?
Yeah.
We're gonna get arrested.
Not
if he
calling my
dies.
shot. His head explodes when he tries to wipe his own ass. Now, although I heard he doesn't do that. Now.
Neither does Trump. Come on, be fair.
Yeah, but he has like a person who does it.
Right.
Biden has
Well-
to like put his legs behind his head and go, "What are you doing down there?" And they're like, "Sir, we're wiping your ass."
Well, so the person is doing it.
Right, but one of them is doing it
I got
as
you.
a
But
favor.
out of necessity, one is doing it because he's like, I'd like you to wipe my ass.
So,
And Eric's like, okay, Dad.
you and I talked about this the other day, and we could talk about the Vegas trip too, because that was fun. The trip to the airport, not the trip in
I was
Vegas.
gonna say, it was actually not that fun, if you remember.
The way there was fun because we talked about the government, we talked about healthcare, whatever, and it was just
All
like,
good things.
all good things, except for what I'm about to say. Rodney took no part in this, but like my problem with the government.
Oh, okay, here we go.
Here's what makes me angry.
Ready, done. Strap in.
Like
That was a shotgun, but okay.
I like the idea of healthcare for all.
Thoughts, Si? In a vacuum?
I would love it if it could work. Yeah.
There you go.
So, the problem where I stand in terms of like, do you want healthcare for all? I'm in class and they go, do you want healthcare? Who doesn't want healthcare?
Why is it a woman talking?
Because my professors are women, because I'm not sexist and think doctors all have to be men.
Okay. Good save.
Now, although if I'm at like the medical doctor.
You're talking about like a doctor of like magic.
Yeah.
A magic doctor. I'm going to a woman.
Oh, I went to school for 7 years. I guess you're a doctor. I'm like, okay, fine. I could do that. Anyway, so, no, like the idea of healthcare and people saying like, well, if we just got more taxes out, we would have healthcare for all. And I'm like, have you seen the post office? Have you seen the DMV? And I have rants about the DMV, the episode 4. The
Check
DMV.
it out.
The,
God, buddy.
like, that's all. Just like, okay, healthcare would be great. Sure. But the idea of handing everything over to the government and saying, fix this.
Like the government, like they can't even handle something as simple as the DMV.
Right, like, and that's a hack thing to say. Like, you guys go to the DMV, the lines are so long, everyone's an asshole. I'm like, okay, now do that with healthcare. Why would anyone want to do that? And they
Why
go,
would
well,
anyone
works
want
in-
to do that?
works
He's
in-
quoting the bit.
So that's a sneak preview of how I feel like about the government. I'll get into it more when
I think you've talked about it.
canceled.
We talked
I
about
know,
your
but
6 degrees of separation from January 6th. You have to watch the episode for the context on that.
Oh, yeah.
Or don't, and just think, what you Willie's wearing a red shirt.
Do you know what I'm dressed as right now? Pull up a
Robert
picture.
Rodriguez?
Lloyd Christmas from Dumb and Dumber. Pull up a picture quick. Show how accurate it is, and then we'll go to the
I
Sebastian.
always spelled Lloyd Christmas.
LLO.
Oh, LL. See, that's...
Yeah, that's weird. Christopher Lloyd Christmas. Oh, you got to see his outfit though. That's the problem.
Right there. Second.
Oh, yeah, right here. You did it.
Hey.
Dang.
Wow. Anyway,
Did he have the pants too?
I hope so. I think he wears more brownish green.
That's what I was saying. Robert Rodriguez, Spike is looking at
You always catch me out of the shower. It's hard not to have wet hair, and I don't have a blow dryer and whatever.
By the way, what a missed opportunity. I forgot to freaking bring this up with you when this is a complete side note, but I just saw Grogu in a cowboy hat. How could I not think of Dave Filoni? Do you know he's the director / lead animator of the original Avatar series?
Oh, really?
He directed the first episode, and that's how he got the Clone Wars job.
Oh,
so when Kathleen Kennedy's name popped up, I was too drunk to say anything about Dave Filoni, and I should have been like, Dave, you could have saved this movie.
It should have been Cameron Pasha,
Who?
my professor.
Who?
He went up. He went head to head with Felonious Floyd. Just
Can you
kidding.
believe that? He knows the guy who Dave Filoni beat out to get the Clone Wars job.
Yeah, that is insane.
And didn't he go in there going like, Star Wars sucks, and they were like, we're gonna go Dave.
He's like, this is how it should have worked, you know? They have an apprentice and blah, 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 blah on the dark side, and he has to kill. Like, that's how you move up. The apprentice has to kill the guy above him. And
Yeah, that's like paint by numbers Star Wars, Cameron Pasha.
then, yeah, apparently they were like, we just want it to be cool, man.
But now Filoni couldn't be more opposite. It's nothing but philosophical differences. Okay, so you were
It could
talking.
have been a lie.
You were talking about. I wonder if there's a world where Dave Filoni taught our screenwriting class.
I was up for grabs with the guy that did Sleeper
Yeah,
Cell.
he's from Pittsburgh. Anyway,
Didn't
we already
know
did the
that.
Dave Filoni episode.
I'm not even from Pennsylvania anymore, so I don't care.
We're Utah natives.
Or Utards. Please.
Do we want? I mean, there's nothing to say, but Thunderbolts filming in Utah is like what's happening.
I don't know what that means. Is
So
the
the MCU Phase 5, or
and
whatever.
they are,
Huh?
and the MCU is
The Marvel Cinematic Universe. Spider-Man. That's the one character I probably shouldn't have picked because he's in like 8 universes.
rings a bell.
One of their next movies is the Thunderbolts, and it's got like Wyatt Russell and Florence Pugh and David Harbour and all these big stars, and it's just filming 4 hours away in Utah. Why is this happening? Why did we move here? And it's,
Your mom called it.
you know what I wonder if I still have the message. So what are you saying? What did she say?
When we were just visiting out here. for
Careful, don't say the city.
Yeah, when we were just visiting out here for a couple of days, your mom was like, "This is the next Hollywood. All these famous people have houses here, blah blah blah. They're gonna be filming stuff."
Dr. J.
And now
Moved
look
out.
at it.
It's gone, but
Kevin Costner's studio. And
yeah.
Yeah, that's insane.
So I texted her the MCU.
You're like, don't tell them where we live, and then we're like, Kevin Costner's building a studio right by our house.
I'm pretty sure we've said it multiple times.
It was on the map from last episode.
Oh, yeah,
Where's
that's
our
true.
exact location and how far away is that?
So
Whatever.
I
Good luck
texted-
finding us.
I texted her the MC Thunderbolts confirmed to be filming in Utah, and then I sent her the gif of LeBron like, huh? And she said, the next Hollywood.
That's funny.
So anyway, speaking of funny, oh hello, hold on, this is important. No, I got a like, I didn't get a match.
Oh.
Which means nothing.
Means it was a
You were
a fat
saying
girl.
it says it's here, but it's not out for delivery. It's right there, but I can't have it.
Yeah.
Cue Sebastian. Maniscalco.
Try to self-diagnose what I have
Talking about
based
the
on other
pharmacy.
people's stories and anecdotes. This
Okay,
is the
I
worst.
have to skip to the pharmacy.
Some lotion. Now, this is always a problem. Going to your local pharmacy to get medication. I don't know why. You give your slip to the pharmacist. He always looks at it. He's like, oh. It's going to be about another 25 minutes if you want to walk around Walgreens. Another 25 minutes. And I'm like, it's right there. It's right on the shelf. But you never question the pharmacist. You're always like, oh, okay. I didn't take the walk. I stood my ground. I go, you got it, right? He's like, yeah, we got it. I go, why I gotta walk around? He's like, there's people ahead of you. I go, no, they're not. I'm staring right at you. Where are they? He's like, they're walking around Walgreens. Nobody could tell me why I'm taking this walk. For years, I swear to God, I thought people were making medication in the back room. I thought there was some guy filling up little pamphlets going, tell him walk around. I can't get the damn things on, they're too small.
Anyway, he's a genius. But that's exactly what I thought of. Oh, this is a good transition. We won't have to watch this whole thing, but we need to review it, right?
I think so.
It was-
Actually, I'll set it up. No, I won't.
What?
I won't.
Why?
He won't.
No, say,
I'll save it for after. It makes
what-
more sense to say it after.
but I'm curious.
You'll get there.
Shane Gillis finally was on SNL. I just watched his Joe Rogan thing where he was talking about SNL, and it was funny because Joe
Like
Rogan,
his first episode when
No.
he's wearing the Notre Dame polo? If that rings
no,
a
it
bell.
was right after he got fired. Was he wearing
Yeah.
a Notre Dame polo? I don't remember. I wasn't
think
watching his shirts. Sorry.
Oh, I like fashion. Forgive me.
Yeah, clearly. Look at you.
Looking at Shane Gillis and saying,
Yeah. I like fashion. By the way, he said, did you see the clip where he's like, I'm pretty sure I'm the first person to do the opening monologue in a t-shirt? And they were asking like, can you wear like a jacket? He's like, I'll wear a watch. And they're like, all right, that's fine.
That's funny.
Anyway,
That's surprising.
I just watched him on Rogan when he just got fired, and the whole time Rogan's like, can you believe SNL? What a piece of shit. And Shane Gillis is like,
yeah, he's like, Lorne Michaels and I are still friends.
Yeah, and did you see Lorne in that clip? He was like, Lorne Michaels was like, listen, we just got to get you, like, in the midst of people saying we should fire him, he was like, we got to get you to the first episode, and then people will realize you're fine, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
So I kind of, like, eventually Lorne Michaels did cave, but it seemed like he really was trying to weather the storm.
Yeah, well, that's, I mean, from just his interviews, I'm no good friend of Shane Gillis, but that's what he said, that he's maintained a friendship with Lorne Michaels for however long.
Well, clearly. Not until now, because what a bad monologue. I thought it was pretty good.
I've seen worse monologues, yeah.
I just like...
We also don't watch the show a lot. We were talking about this when we were watching it.
But I feel like I do watch all the monologues. I feel like I go out of my way to see like, oh, I wonder how an actor would do doing a monologue or something like that.
But it's tough, too, with that, where it's like, does he write his own monologue, an actor?
He
like
does.
Shane Gillis does.
The actors don't, but they still, like Austin Butler, I was like, God, he must be nervous, and he was. But they were like, do an Elvis thing. He was like, okay.
It's not that hard. I still talk like this.
Yeah. Did you see he had to get we'll talk about Dune 2. He had to get a dialect coach for Dune 2 so he could not talk like Elvis. Yeah, well, I don't know if that's true, but now he's leaning into it. Anyway, I watched it, and I'm detached from reality. Oh, there goes gravity.
He choked.
Back to back.
Don't go down that easy.
Yeah, back-to-back episodes saying the quote perfectly. I'm not on Twitter. I'm in a Discord, so that's how I vaguely know what people are talking about. But again, I just was like, it was like 3 a.m. I was in Pennsylvania, and I was like, oh my God, SNL. And I put his monologue on. I thought it was fine. I thought people laughed at appropriate times. The only time I thought it was weird is when he was like, oh, you don't think that's funny?
Yeah.
But I was like, I don't know. I just heard 1 million people laugh, so is there a laugh track? Like, I don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
I thought one of his funnier things when he was like, listen, I can't do any of my material on TV. Like, I'm trying. But that really made it seem like people weren't laughing when he was telling the jokes, even though I feel like I hurt people. So I went to the YouTube comments, and everyone was like liking it. Or like, oh, yay, Shane's on, blah, blah, blah. And then I saw someone posted a tweet in the Discord, then I went to Twitter for a second mistake. And I saw people shitting on it, and I was like, I didn't think it was that bad.
I mean, I didn't.
Twitter is just a different, or X, it's just a different world.
I didn't shit on it, but like watching it live, I mean, I definitely was like, ooh.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't.
In the beginning.
I didn't get that at all.
But I think it was also like how we talked last week, like or whatever it was, Norm Macdonald. Like I was expecting this, like him being
leaning into it.
As soon as he came out, I was like, it'd be so great if he said, "It's good to be back." I mean, I'm no Shane Gillis. I just thought that'd be a good line.
I thought you were going to say it would be hilarious if he just said the R word right after.
But he briefly mentioned it, just like, I got fired here. If you don't know the story, don't look it up.
And he said I shouldn't be here. He's like, I probably shouldn't be here.
But like and not that he did anything wrong, but I'm just surprised he didn't turn more into the skit in terms of like how much potential there was to just kind of riff on, I got fired here 5 years ago, but now you want me back? I mean, Norm kind of did that already with.
He doesn't seem like that type of guy, though. It just seems like I feel like he thinks. I think he considers himself lucky to be there, and he doesn't want to. He didn't want. I think he just wanted to be like, I want to show people I'm funny.
Yeah,
not
that's
that
fair.
I have to. Because I bet you they asked him, like, can you do Trump in the monologue? And he's like, no. Can I try to do something else? Did you think it was awkward or anything?
I mean, I didn't see the whole thing. I just saw bits and pieces, but I didn't feel awkward watching it.
Well, one thing me and Silas talked about, like, was, or at least how I felt was like I was nervous. Like, okay, if this goes bad,
I was nervous.
Are they not gonna have? Because it's like this could open the door for other comedians.
Louis C.K.
Maybe no, like maybe a Mark Norman, maybe like other New York comedians at Shane Gillis's level that aren't.
Well, Bargatze was, too.
Well, that's what, and I was listening to Tuesdays with Stories. Not Shane Gillis, Joe List, Mark Norman, check it out, sponsored.
Joe List will never see the light of day on this now.
But they were saying that where they're like, Nate Bargatze started it, and like he was in their crew, but he's bigger than Shane Gillis.
Yeah.
So it's not, I wasn't too surprised that Nate Bargatze got
Shane
it.
will get there, I think.
I think so too.
Yeah.
But like, Shane Gillis being in that New York crowd, obviously you moved to Austin, whatever. But like, that group of comedians, whether it's like Andrew Schultz or Mark Norman or Andrew Santino, like he's not in New York or whatever, but like that mid-level comedians that aren't, the Nate Bargatze.
That do podcasts together.
Yeah, where it's like everyone that watches them are like, these are the funniest guys in the world. it was like, okay, could this open the door? And if Shane Gillis bombs, are they going to be like, okay, never mind, we tried it, it's not going to work? Or is it going to come down to ratings where they're like, hey, maybe his monologue didn't get a ton of good reviews, but it's the highest rated episode we've had in however long.
Well, it's got 3.2 million views in 2 days. You can see it right there. The Bargatze one has like 3 million views in however many months.
Dang.
So people wanted to see him. And all the sketches. Oh, I just remembered.
Well,
you guys haven't seen the Liberty Mutual
thing. Yeah, I was
thing.
going to bring it up if you didn't.
Okay, all the sketches were apparently very good.
Yeah.
And I saw some people saying, like, if he was on the show, he would be, like, the funniest cast member.
Yeah.
And he was doing his own stuff. That is way funnier than SNL anyway. All the skits and stuff. But
that's how I feel. I hope, however it comes out, I mean, I definitely think he did good. I don't think he bombed. It was just when I was watching it, I was nervous, like, are they going to shut the door? But if it just comes down to ratings, I think they're going to make, it would be a good idea to just like, okay, let's turn into this skid. You know, let's mine this vein of iron ore.
Turn into the skid.
And then, skid mark, and then
He
Norman.
never heard that saying. He was like, huh?
No. Oh. And then, so we'll see where it goes from here. But next week is Sydney Sweeney, so
That's
whatever.
true.
Yeah.
See, like, that's a monologue I'm curious to see. Because
I'm just curious. I don't even need to hear what she says. I just want to watch it. I love you, Sydney. Another sponsor of the show.
Sydney, Australia. Yeah.
Just to be clear, you love this commercial regularly.
Well, not the Limu Limu. I think, well, sure, the Limu Limu thing's fine. I think Liberty Mutual is just good with their commercials.
I think they're a great insurance company.
The guy that
Sponsor
for like messes up. Yeah, that actually was funny. And this is not a sponsored bit, but
it could be.
The commercial they have where the guy messes up the lines is
Liberty.
When he says, "What if can I riff a little?" Like that's a deep cut kind of thing. Okay, this is unbelievably fun. I can't believe they cut it. This is clearly one that he wrote.
And done. We're on it. Quickly, Lou. Somebody's paying for coverage they don't need.
You haven't seen this?
Liberty Mutual lets you customize and save, so you only pay for what you need. Whoa, really?
Oh my god, I did not expect that.
Jesus, I need to think. Almost like you wanted this to happen. Act like a goddamn cowboy. You know what they do to insurance salesmen in jail? God damn it, fine, do it.
Maybe there wasn't gonna.
Well, you knew this guy was a dealer? This was also you could steal his stash and sell it for yourself? I don't want it. You're dirty, Limu. Now you dirtied my ass up, too. By letting them customize and save? Oh, God, he's still alive. What are we gonna do?
Twist.
Oh my god.
Dude, that's the most I've laughed at an SNL skit in a while, and it wasn't even in the show.
I mean, that's a little much for television, maybe.
We're cutting that.
Yeah, but that's
so good.
funny.
That's so funny.
The funniest thing, maybe he did have a gun on.
Yeah.
By the way,
Well,
Shane, you
look
can
at
handle
here.
subtitles.
Call back. Hey-o.
But yeah, that is. You could tell he wrote that one. You know.
And even that, like when you've used that house. Jesus.
Well, even if he didn't, that's why.
Wow.
Silas and I were talking about this, where it's like, or we just said, yeah, I haven't watched SNL, so maybe this is as
In this
funny as it
cut for
always
time sketch, yeah, I'm sure it was time that was the problem.
I bet.
Anyway, what were you gonna say?
Just that, I don't know. No, like, yeah, SNL might be this funny all the time. I don't watch it.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
the
yeah.
problem. Like,
No. I mean, I know people who watch him say like it's not good.
yeah. It's just like, I don't know who these people are.
Well,
I mean,
Yeah,
I
I never
guess
really
that's how everyone is, but like,
No,
I watched
no.
it in 3rd grade, and it's like the last 5 years,
Will
the cast
Ferrell,
members were the
Jimmy
same.
Fallon,
Yeah,
and
like
bang,
Kristen Wiig, Bill Hader. Like when I watched it live, those were the people on it. Jason Sudeikis. I'm like, this is hilarious. And then those guys are.
There's no people in the cast right now that have that potential besides who Bowen Yang. I don't.
Yeah.
Maybe.
But it's like, and I guess there was those guys from a couple years ago that I can't remember the name of, like their sketch group, whatever, that like kind of went on and are doing their own thing now. Sponsor. But
I'm sorry, go ahead.
the thing I like old SNL, not even to get into the whole, that's so much better. But
It was.
The
Chevy
big difference
Chase?
though, yeah, like everyone in the old SNL, Kevin Nealon's like 40 years old in SNL
Yeah.
as a cast member. Like everyone now is like, I was a stand-up comic for 4 years. Like Pete Davidson's great, but like he got hired on as like a 20-year-old, and then he put his time in. He worked there for a long time, but then it's like, okay, I'm moving on. Fair. A lot of cast members
Is
do
he
that.
the last decent one?
I think so. I mean, Kenan
In terms of
Thompson's
like
still
the
there.
zeitgeist,
Yeah,
he is.
Yeah.
Kenan's still on SNL.
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know. But like Michael Che's great. Colin Jost is
That
funny.
doesn't even count though. That feels like the Guardians of the Galaxy.
Like they're
of
not in
all. Like,
sketches.
yeah, it's separate.
But like in terms of, like he's the head writer. Like Seth Meyers wasn't a ton of sketches, but he was the head writer. Tina Fey was the head writer. But now it's like 25-year-old up and coming stand-up comics who got a break by getting SNL.
it feels like SNL has become the springboard instead of the destination.
Yeah, like Chris Farley, like he has great movies, but it's like, you know him from SNL. He had like Tommy Boy and Black Sheep
And Shrek.
and almost Shrek.
Were you really about to say that?
Yeah. And then like minor roles in Billy Madison and Adam Sandler shit, but like I don't know, because I don't know. It's convoluted because
Sounds like you know.
What?
Sounds
Well,
like you
like
know.
Adam Sandler was young and then went on to do Billy Madison. It's not a problem with people moving on from that.
He might have been he's kind of set the trend.
But I mean, yeah, I guess Chris Rock did that. But then like, and I mean Eddie Murphy. I mean that's the '80s where he was 22 years old on SNL, and then obviously went on to make movies even now. But it just seems to me like the cast member was, like you have 40-year-old cast members where there was a lot more of those cast members where like, this is where I want to be, as opposed to being like, I wonder where I'll go next because I was on SNL. Or it's like, no, this should be the freaking Golden Arches if a fat person was driving on the highway.
Maybe if it wasn't on TV anymore. Live TV sucks.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to think now to tie it all back to the Ferris, Sam and Victor's Day Off. Could like is that movie ripe for like a couple up and coming comedians in that comedy group, like the two leads? One of them's a black guy, right?
Like Hispanic or something. Maybe black, I don't know.
Well,
I don't see
now
color.
Now
That's
I
the
feel
problem.
weird. But could it be like Shane?
He's brown.
What about like Shane Gillis and what's that guy's name? Sam Richardson. Would that be funny?
Sam Richardson, yeah, he is funny.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know.
But what I wanted to say in terms, like what I in the beginning when I was like, I'll say this for later. Shane Gillis, when he like, I don't know if it was before or after he got fired from SNL, but had a sketch show. I think it was just on YouTube, but maybe something else where he worked at a car mechanic shop, and he had these different episodes. I watched them there's only a couple, but you can watch them all on YouTube, and it was just him like in this mechanic shop just working, and it was like The Office, that kind of thing, just like day in the life of these guys. But after the SNL, Netflix posted like Shane Gillis tires will come to Netflix May 23rd, and it's completely self-funded. Like Shane Gillis is paying, I guess, for everything, and then has like all these comedians in it: Andrew Schultz, Stavros,
Bill Cosby.
Netflix, and he's making another Netflix. He's producing another Netflix special. I don't know when, but that's just the news. So it is like.
Wow.
There's certainly arguments in terms of like Shane Gillis got canceled, and a lot of people saying like, what is the best thing for him? But it is just like
I feel like he would say that.
He's doing just fine.
Yeah, I would imagine.
And in terms of whether it's like political correctness or whatever, and I don't think Netflix is going fine. We'll take him just because he's pretty funny. He brings in the numbers. Like they're giving him a show and giving him stand-up specials. He's
they
fine.
Fund every one of Dave Chappelle's specials.
Yeah.
I don't think they care about political correctness.
But I think that's. I mean, certainly there's still an argument for like political correctness or whatever, but like if you're funny, you're funny. That was the same thing of him saying the R word in the monologue, where it was like in the context of the joke.
Yeah, he was saying that bullies are calling his niece that word.
You could get mad at someone just seeing that caption or whatever, the transcript saying he said the R word, but it's like the joke is him quoting a bully.
Yeah.
So it's like,
and then
it's
the bully
politically
gets the shit beat out of him.
Yeah, it's politically incorrect to say that word, but it's like, did you hear the joke? I mean, that was.
But I haven't seen anyone complain about that. To be fair,
I mean, I'm on Twitter.
The word's back.
Because I was,
It's back.
Like I was on Twitter because I was like,
the R word be like, and it's Tobey Maguire. I'm back.
Do you know Linus Tech Tips on YouTube?
No.
There's a look up Linus Tech Tips Hard R. It's a short. It'll probably pop up as a short, so this won't take long, and then we'll do
There it is.
whatever.
This one?
Yeah.
The casual sort of gay humor, casual use of the hard R.
Oh, really?
It's jarring. Yeah, it's jarring now. And
Casual use of hard R.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Like okay, it was an episode of American Dad. And it was just
Really?
like, yeah, it wasn't for shock value. It was just,
You're stupid.
just like used.
Whoa.
Right? Well, I mean, here's the thing, right? Like, I'm not gonna deny that I dropped my fair share of hard R's back then.
Are you talking like N-word hard R?
What? No.
Okay. I'm pretty sure that's how people use that term.
No.
I think
That's
so.
the N-word, you stupid.
All right. We'll cut that part from the show, but he's.
Wait, oh my God! I mean, I wasn't even thinking about the N-word that whole time. Were you?
I was confused.
Oh, okay. I wasn't.
Yeah, I was
That's funny.
For the audience
couldn't
who's
decide where it
confused,
was.
because that clip is getting cut from the episode, is we just watched the Linus Tech Tips clip of him saying, "I used the hard R when I was a kid," but he's talking about the R
No,
word.
you don't have to.
and he
You don't
means
have to
the
cut.
N-word.
I'd maybe cut the very end of it, but I think that was fine. No, that's funny. That's funny. Well, anyway. We talked about everything is a circle or whatever. By the way, I hate when people say time is a flat circle. It's one of those things. It's like shooting the shit.
I think they say Earth is flat, but go on.
Well, you're thinking of basketball players or something.
Well, that's true too.
What if I went up to Kyrie and I said, What if I went up to Kyrie and I said, your basketball's flat? And I put a hole in it or something? I don't know.
Oh, yeah, that'd be funny if he came out and was like using a frisbee.
But he was dribbling with it. SNL! We're right here, SNL! It's maybe 5 years too late. Time is a flat circle. It's just one of those things people can't
I don't believe in spheres.
They can't wait to say it out loud. But I feel like time is a flat circle, and a lot of I'm just saying, like, I feel like people are becoming less offended by a lot of stuff now.
Well, I think...
Not to say I'm for or against whatever, blah, blah, blah. I just feel like that's just the way it's going.
Yeah,
You can take a stance.
Take a stand.
I really don't care. I do not care.
No, like a guy like Shane Gillis, where,
This guy always says the hard R.
going to the free market saying, I'm fired from SNL, I'm going to do my own thing, I'm going to have my own Patreon, I'm in the top 5 Patreons right now, where he knows no matter what he says, like, he's making the money, but now everyone else can kind of jump on and be like, oh, you're bringing in the numbers? Okay, great. Or his audience, where it's like the audience was always there. I don't think anyone that likes Shane Gillis now, for the most part, was trying to cancel him for using a slur and got him fired from SNL. Mm-hmm. But those people that still stood by him are willing to pay for it and are the 3 million people watching that monologue that people can go,
and like, even though,
the people that don't stand against us still make us money. So this is probably smart for Netflix to be like, we're going to give him a special on a show and another special.
And even like, I know that is the correct term, but saying like stood by him is like hilarious. Like he said like the R word, whatever. Okay. Okay. Is that a wrap on Shane Gillis?
I guess.
Because he's done? Like this is the end of his career? I was on a plane. I don't have crazy airplane stories. Nobody wanted to talk to me. It is what it is. That's fine. But I took a page out of your book. I had 2 aisle seats, and both times I looked over to the person and I said, hey, just so you know, if I fall asleep and you need to use the bathroom, you wake me right up. Because I know you ran into some trouble there.
You don't have to turn the AC on.
Right. I'm a people watcher. I like to watch people. Honestly, to a point where I'm going to get my ass kicked because I stare at people.
Pervert is the word.
I was on the plane, and I kind of like to see what people are watching. I looked over to my left, and somebody was watching Avatar: The Last Airbender, the series, and I saw some cool shit happen, and I was like, I can't look.
Don't look.
And the guy was just watching completely stoned. Like,
or you always got to act cool on a plane.
Yeah, totally.
I'm just watching this because,
I was watching Dune II and like through the rims of my glass. Or no, I wasn't watching Dune II. Early access on the plane. Yeah. I was watching Dune. God, it's a phenomenal movie. You need to watch it.
How long? Isn't it long?
Long.
No. I mean, but
now
Oppenheimer's like,
believe.
It's not like it's 2:30. It's
doesn't
long.
drag.
Right. It's 2 hours and 30 minutes. It's not like one of these Avengers Endgame things where it's 3 hours and 6 minutes. But no, it does not drag. It moves and it grooves. And if you want to say it rips off Star Wars, it predates Star Wars.
Star Wars rips off Star Wars. I watched Force Awakens twice.
By the way, tomorrow we're going to watch The Last Jedi. We're just going to watch The Last Jedi. So...
Ah!
Yeah, sorry.
That actually ruins my day.
But we can go back to them and do the other ones. But I think we should do all the ones we haven't seen first, for marketing. That ruins your day. Wait till you see the movie. No, just kidding. I was, that famous Spielberg quote. Oh wait, hold on. Back to Dune. You were like, you have to look cool on a plane. I absolutely. I was watching Dune, and there was just a scene that was really cool, and then I was looking around, and I was like, I have allergies.
Got some water in there.
But Spielberg's famous quote. There he goes again. I'll talk to you.
I'm here. I know.
Your movie should work on mute, meaning that whatever in the frame should be able to affect you emotionally. I look over to my right, and my guy's watching Top Gun Maverick, and it was the scene where he just did the Kessel Run in however many parsecs, and John Hamm's like your team leader, and he's wearing his fatigues, or are they called fatigues?
I don't know.
Whatever, the navy suit with the white, and he walks into the bar, and Jennifer Connelly's like all happy,
The
and
blues?
she sees the whites. The what?
I think. It's.
He said the blues.
I think like the Air Force is like your Air Force blues.
But they're in the Navy.
Navy blue.
But it's white. The scene where she's like having a great time, where he walks into the bar and she sees him in the uniform.
Dress
and,
blues. Sorry.
She sees him in the uniform, and her face, like she just like every emotion just goes out of her, and she's completely blank.
Yeah.
And then they just are on the beach together, and then he's about to say something, and then they just hug. I started crying. Eavesdropping, watching a stupid nothing scene from Top Gun Maverick, and I was like, wow, your movie should work on mute.
It's a tearjerker.
Yeah. And the last thing I'll say that I saw somebody watch, I don't know what they were watching, to be fair. I don't know if this was the subject matter, if it was just a happenstance, but I went to the bathroom, got out of the bathroom, there was a person sitting right there. I took a little look, Will Burnham reference, and I saw the Twin Towers on this person's screen.
That's scary.
Fully intact. It was just a Dutch angle of the Twin Towers.
Why are you watching that on a plane?
And I was like, oh, I feel like that shouldn't be allowed.
That's insane.
Yeah.
And I don't think it was the documentary or anything.
Yeah.
But, maybe it was just like, imagine if you were watching a movie and you didn't know one part of the thing took place, I was about to say in 9/11. It's not in 9/11. In the World Trade Center, and then you're on the plane and they pop up and you're like, oh, shit.
Right.
It's almost as bad as saying bomb on the plane. I'd argue it's worse.
Yeah.
So that was crazy. I just was like, oh, those are the Twin Towers, and I'm 30,000 feet in the air.
Oh my God.
Was it just like the split-second scene?
Yeah, it was just like
was it Trump Tower and Home Alone 2?
Well, it looked like just establishing shot, like succession building, and then they go into the
it
building.
wasn't the planes going into the
No. I didn't say they.
my
I said they
God.
were fully intact. It was a Dutch angle from below of the Twin
Well, I
Towers.
think like the firefighter documentary guys going like, what the hell is
No.
this?
It was a cinematic, perfect establishing shot of a building, but it was without question the World Trade Center.
Yeah, okay, that's different. I thought you were saying he was watching clips of 9/11.
But I was thinking maybe it was like one of those things where it's like, like you see something scary and then you go home and you think about it and you're like, I gotta watch that again to convince myself it's not that scary.
Yeah.
Maybe he was like, I'm afraid of being on planes, so let me pull up the worst thing I could see
Yeah, he's
and
like-
just kind of, just take it all in.
Right. It's not gonna be this bad.
Yeah, this is the worst it could
Yeah.
be. That it would happen on my plane.
That's funny. Like, thanks for putting that in my head.
So that's what happened.
I can't remember whose bit it was. It might be Joe List, whatever. But I think it was
Sponsor.
like walking. It was somebody's walking into an airport and they see a sign after 9/11 that says like never forget, and he's like, can't I forget right before I get on this plane?
Oh yeah, that's a good bit. It would be better if it was from a better comedian, but.
He's doing fine.
We should
Maybe we'll sponsor him.
Well, yeah, we're never gonna make any money. It would be funny. I mean, nope, I had a complete aneurysm there. Not an actual one. Knock on wood. If you're with me, John Gruden, remember that whole thing?
Yeah.
We shouldn't make fun of him because he could actually appear on the show.
It's
He's not
jokes.
that famous.
He's
I mean,
a close friend of mine.
that's Mark Norman you're thinking.
Oh.
They're close.
Ooh,
What?
you were gonna say a thing?
They're close.
Oh.
He's a good friend of mine, Joe List. We text. We've texted.
We've had this debate about like DMs. Is that a text? Was that on this podcast? I said it's an instant message.
It's a text.
It's a direct message.
It's a direct message. It's not a text. A text is on your is a text message.
Cellular.
Yeah. Well, unless you have an iPhone, it could be Wi-Fi enabled.
I mean,
I know,
if I had his number, I
Why
would
don't you
get the
ask for
same
it on air?
response.
Call him.
Joe List.
I won't abuse it. No, I meant like on your phone. He's not watching. He probably's got nothing better to do. Bang!
I love you, Joe.
Said we should.
Jurassic Park movie has new director. Gareth Edwards. Ever heard of him?
No.
Directed the Star Wars movie we're not watching, Rogue One. But I don't care about the news. There's something very interesting. I want to get your take on it because I guess yours as well. But we're in the biz. Not really. We're about to be Thunderbolts. If you're watching, sponsor us. Kevin Feige, love you.
The sponsor of us.
Did you just swallow yours in?
No.
he went. Gareth
That should be your
Edwards.
intro part.
Gareth Edwards directed Rogue One, but apparently they didn't like what was going on. The script, something was messy with the end of the movie. So Tony Gilroy, who directed the Bourne movies,
Jesus Christ.
I don't think probably not gonna do it.
No.
It's not gonna be reciprocated. Could be watching, so I have to be careful.
Not how I feel when I text Joe List.
Apparently, you've seen the end of Rogue One, the scene, the Darth Vader scene. Apparently, have you not seen that?
I've seen it.
Okay. Have you?
But they may not have.
Well, apparently the third act, all on the best part of the movie, was not directed by him. Tony Gilroy, who directed the Bourne Legacy, whatever, those movies, came in and saved the movie. But apparently Gareth Edwards was like, all right, do your thing. If you don't like what I'm like, he just played complete ball. Like, whatever you guys want, I'll do it. It wasn't like a Lord Miller thing where they were like, oh, no. And they're like, okay, Ron Howard, you're going to direct the movie. Which seems to be happening a lot with Star Wars. Whatever, doesn't matter. My point is, and by the way, Tony Gilroy is the creator and director of Andor, not Gareth Edwards. So they were like, let's get the guy who actually saved the movie. So if there's any doubt on, did Gareth Edwards? No, he didn't, because he would be making Andor. Point being, there was a different director that was attached to this new Jurassic Park movie, but he wanted more creative control, and they're like, no, this movie needs to come out in 2025, right now.
And we know exactly how it's going to go.
Right. We just need someone to press record on the camera. And Gareth Edwards was like, I'll do it. I'll do it. And my question to you is, would you do that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No doubt about it. Like, you do not have a single ounce of creative control.
Yes.
Hold on, let me finish. If it's not your first movie, if you've made like 3 movies, Taika Waititi style or Jordan Peele, where you're like, I got something here, I'm a dog.
Yeah.
So money isn't an option. He's directed Godzilla, he's directed Rogue One, he directed The Creator that just came out. It didn't make a lot of money, but apparently it looks unbelievable, and it was $80 million the budget. He doesn't need money, but he's like, I
could
know
always
what
use more.
It'll look good under the belt.
For my kids.
Yeah.
For my grandkids.
And especially a movie like that, like it'd be different if it was just some art house guy being like, I wrote a script.
Yeah, it's like
I don't know why I'm making him sound like that. I wrote a script. And here it is, you can direct it, but I have the final say in everything. Where it's like, go fuck yourself, my friend. But if it's like, hey, you can be the next Jurassic Park guy, Jurassic World guy.
Right, and the writer is the writer of the first 2, and Steven Spielberg is going to be on set every day. It's like, okay, maybe I'll just press record.
I'll just do it because it'd be fun. Yeah, they were like, we're going to make a movie that you get to press record and Mark Norman starring. It's like, well, then I'll just do it just so I can hang out with Mark.
Could you imagine?
Terrible actor.
Could you imagine Mark Norman like, whoa, a dinosaur? But yeah, so...
Yeah.
By the way, you hit the nail on the head. It would be fun.
Yeah.
Like, no consequence. It's going to make $1 billion. All you have to do is keep the train on the tracks, which you actually proved you couldn't do with Rogue One. But, he's had some time.
He's learned his lesson.
Yeah. Right, exactly. And he showed, he's like, listen, just, I'll just give me my mill and we'll move on.
Yeah, it'll be a good thing to put on the resume.
And I'm thinking, good for him. It reminds me of the Spider-Man guy. Like, the first 2, Homecoming and Far From Home, he kind of just was like, boop. Action. And in the third one, like there's that beautiful one take in the apartment where like the helicopters and Happy's breaking up with whoever, and he's like, don't look at the TV and blah, blah, blah. That's like John Watts being like, okay, can I get one scene? Can I get one scene?
Yeah.
It's not in the green room. And they're like, sure, do your thing. Anyway, now.
Okay. Have you watched Freaks and Geeks?
I have not.
But do you know, what's his face? Don't know his name. Follow him on Twitter, but he wrote like Homecoming and all that. He's got some good... Whatever.
He did? John Hughes?
No, the guy that wrote Spider-Man:
James Franco?
Homecoming. No, was the Sam Weir in Freaks and Geeks.
Man.
But you watch Freaks and Geeks, it was canceled after one season. Great show, and you're just thinking like, whatever happened to these guys?
John Francis Daley?
Yeah, and then you look at him and you go, oh, he's actually written a shitload of movies.
He was in Freaks and Geeks?
Yeah, he's the.
Oh,
main,
he wrote the Dungeons and Dragons movie, probably? That's fun. Probably.
He's got some good stuff under his belt.
Well, I need
to have moved on from like starring in a show to then writing a bunch, he has a.
Well, it's like Greta Gerwig being on the How I Met Your Father thing.
Oh yeah. Yeah, he's written a ton.
Oh, he was a voice. That's funny. Okay, so let's see what he's. I always accidentally exit out stuff.
Oh, I hate
Let's see what he's written. Oh.
Hey, Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs too, and Burt Wonderstone.
Oh.
Screen Story. I mean, that's just he just helped out. He did.
And by the way, that went through like 18 different scripts, so that's okay. And also the script. No, the script is bad. I was gonna say it's
Bosses,
not bad.
though? Horrible Bosses. Have you seen Horrible Bosses?
I have not. Wait, he wrote Burt Wonderstone? That's not a terrible movie.
What about Bones?
No. Oh, this is one of the worst movies I've ever seen. And then they went right to Homecoming? How the hell did that
That's
happen?
what I'm saying. Yeah,
He went Vacation, Homecoming. Well, I mean, I should.
Well, he took 2 years.
Yeah, he was like, let me really try.
But yeah, his name pops up in the credits. I'm like, this guy's around? He's
Wow,
doing
what
all
a
right.
what a sneaky little career this guy's had.
Yeah,
He's doing all right.
What is he
What's
doing
his
here? Upcoming.
The
Don't
$40,000
know.
Man. That's actually pretty funny. If it's a spinoff of the $6 Million Man.
But John Watts, who directed these movies, and he like played ball, whatever. Apparently, he's got some script that that everyone wants to be in. It's like George Clooney, Matt Damon. It's some heist movie. It's not Ocean's 11. But yeah, anyway, okay, cool. Good for this guy.
That was my tidbit. That's all I could add.
Didn't want to bring him back from Far From Home.
Guess not.
Guess not. But well, you know what's funny is I don't really care for Homecoming, but whatever. Anyway, all right.
Great.
Well,
so this could be fun. This is a peel behind the curtain. It could go back and forth with stories and then movie news. Anyway, but like, so I pick you up from the airport.
Oh right.
I get out of work. I come home. Admittedly, I completely forgot. Well, no, I knew I was picking you up, but I didn't remember what time.
Yeah.
So I was just like, oh, I'll just leave right after work. But then you were like, well, it's going to be like midnight our time that you're getting me. I was like, that'll be tough. So whatever. I come home.
Oh, by the way, if I took the 11:30 shuttle, I would have missed it because my plane landed at 11:50. And that was the latest one, so I would have been screwed. Anyway, thank you.
So I was like, okay, yeah, I'm fine with driving. I just hope I don't die on the way. But I knew I had to get gas. Like all day, I was like, gotta get gas. And this is where addiction comes into play because I come back here, hang out for 2 hours, and then I was like, gotta go to the gas station. I don't remember why. I'm pretty sure it was for Zins. So I go in and I get.
And you run out of them so fast you keep swallowing them.
I get some Zins and I go across the street and I go to McDonald's. Don't try to geo-track us, although we did tell you where we live.
Do you ever geocache?
I have not.
I kind of want to do that. It'd be sick. Anyway, go ahead. Zins.
That's the end of the story. No, so I go to McDonald's, get some food, and then I'm like, all right, I'm on my journey. So I start driving. Gas is on E. Don't even think about it until cross into Arizona, and all of a sudden service cuts out. I'm listening to this shit on YouTube. Yeah. I'm in the gorge. I'm in the George Costanza, and then
Curious George.
So the gas light comes on and goes bing 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 bing. Low fuel, and I was like, oh shit! I knew I forgot something.
And just to be clear, the gorge is like a couple miles of nothing.
Yeah, it's just nothing but hills. You're just in the middle of
service.
Not even a place to pull off, maybe?
Yeah. So I was like, oh shit. Like I know the light comes on when I have 50 miles left. Cars are very advanced now. They can just tell you that. But so I was like,
they're so advanced, can you believe it?
So I was like, I'm pretty sure I can make it into Nevada because there's really just nothing. We're just in the desert. There's nothing. But I keep driving, but every time I go up a hill, I'm like, this is gas. This is not good. Yeah. So I keep driving, make it down the hill. Then there's another hill, make it back down. And I'm just thinking the entire time, like, what actually am I about to do? Because if I run out of gas, I would have to I'd pull over and then just sit and just wait for someone to help me. I don't have a phone and it's the middle of, or it's, 10 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
Like, what am I going to do? Luckily, I keep driving, I make it, and I see a sign saying like, whatever, the first exit with a gas station. So I pull off, and it's not like an exit with a bunch of shit like a small town. Here's your exit. It's just literally like, here's the gas station. So I pull off, I drive, and I don't realize that I have to like get off the road to get to the gas station. So I stay straight, and all of a sudden I'm back on the highway, and I'm punching my steering wheel like, what the hell is happening? Like, there it was, and I just drove right past it. So I keep going. Luckily, yeah, there was a gas station that I was able to stop at. We're in Nevada, so there's a bunch of slot machines in there. It's a beautiful gas station, big Sunoco. So I get my gas. What?
Beautiful gas station.
It's one of the best. So I keep driving, make it to Vegas, but all of a sudden I have to pee. I have a very small bladder. I'm incontinent. So I was like, this ain't good either, because I don't want to pull on, like, I don't want to stop in Vegas and try to just go like, oh, this is a gas station like there is at home. It's like, no, these are where murderers hang out at 11 o'clock at night in the middle of the big city with prostitutes. So I was like, don't want to stop at a gas station. I don't want to make you wait. And then, because as far as I knew, like, your plane had landed. So I just go into the pickup line at the airport, make a couple loops around, and then I'm like, you know what? I'm going to park. I'm going to go in the short-term parking. And I get in the parking lot, and I'll throw a picture up. I had a McDonald's cup, so I just was like, well, I might as well just piss in this cup. So I pissed a McDonald's cup in my car, probably 14 feet from a bathroom, but didn't want to get into it. It's kind of my thing. I like to piss in public. So I piss and then pour it outside.
Have you ever done that before?
Never.
Go ahead.
And then loop around again, and I call Rodney, and he's like, yeah, still on the plane. I was like, shit, this
But
ain't
it
good.
had landed.
The plane had landed, but yeah, like still just like sitting, just waiting, taxi, I guess, or whatever. Are we at the tarmac, or what's all that? I don't even know what the hell a tarmac is.
Toy Story 2, yeah.
But, so I made it. I also saw online.
You're thinking of Show Me the Carfax, I think.
I'm thinking of Liberty Mutual.
Yeah.
So then I see online that it says short-term parking is only free for 15 minutes. So I'm like, shit, I got to get out of here. So I left and looped around a couple times, pulled back in because I had to piss again. So I pissed again into the cup because it wasn't
Same
a full
cup?
piss. Same cup. Luckily I dumped it out, but it was only like a quarter of my full piss. So I had the other 75% to go. So I made it as much as I could at the top of this cup and then poured it back out again, just hoping to God
Just in
no
the
one saw
parking
me.
lot?
Yeah, just dumped it out. I'll show some pictures. I took pictures for memories. And then,
that seems insane.
and then luckily, Rodney got there, and then we drove home, and it was a great drive.
Yeah, I got a question. Did you guys know that when you, I guess I've never taken the connecting flight, so maybe you guys took? Never taken?
Tekken 2, the new video game? Tekken 8, actually. Go on.
Is that the Asian remake of Taken?
I don't know who you are.
Oh, no!
I'm a very particular...
No, we can't do accents yet. It's another 5 years before accents come back.
Set of skewers.
I
had no money.
Did you know that your bags could arrive before you? Like multiple hours?
I've
Well,
heard that.
Flying, connecting... I don't think I checked my bag.
Okay.
Every time I've checked
So,
a bag, it's been
When I
a direct
left, I
flight.
just had a backpack, but my dad had a bunch of clothes for me, so when I came back, I had a thing to check. And, well, I guess it's
That's
luggage.
weird, though. What plane did they put it on?
I don't
Put you on that plane!
yeah, exactly.
That's what makes me angry.
So I get there, and it was like, you have to go to baggage claim 13, flight from Charlotte to Vegas, blah, blah, blah. So I'm waiting for like 5 minutes, 10 minutes, bags are going by, and that's the worst feeling in the world. You're just like, my bag's not here. It's not here. It's in Tacoma or whatever.
Wait, you were waiting in Charlotte for your bag?
No, I was waiting in
sorry.
Vegas.
Okay.
It said Charlotte to Vegas.
Okay.
And that's just the worst feeling in the world. Every time you're like, is that what does my bag look like? I forget. Is that it? I pick it up and someone's like, oh, it's mine. I'm like, oh, I'm sorry. I don't know.
I was just looking at it.
And somebody comes up on the God speaker and it's like, we started our, you pick up your bags here. And by the way, some of them arrived early, so just go see an agent if your bag arrived early. And I'm like, what? So I look at the app and it said, I landed at 11:50. It said your bag arrived at 10 o'clock. I was like, what the hell does that mean? So I'm like, I turn around and my bag's right behind me in a pile of other bags.
Nice.
And it's roped off and I go, my bag's right there. And they're like, do you have your bag ticket? And I'm like, my what? And then I remembered that in Pennsylvania, they gave me a bag ticket. And I'm like, actually, matter of fact, I do. Here's my bag ticket. And they're like, there you go, there's your bag. And I'm like, yeah, put me on that plane. Is there just a plane full of luggage? In
Like
seats
Castaway.
with seatbelts on? Like what is that? That's insane.
And they see a duffel bag, they're like, oh, great. I got to move over. Yeah, that wasn't good.
But anyway. Yeah, that was crazy. We might have Siki found something here. Story movies.
I like it.
Because I think this would be a good way to end it. Apparently this movie is like Citizen Kane meets Star
I'm
Wars
so
meets The
excited to watch
Godfather.
Oh yeah,
this
you said
freaking
this last
movie.
week.
But people are saying it's like, well, we were watching I was watching and you were watching with me, I guess, a podcast, like a very, like I trust their opinions on movies. And they've both seen it once and they said top 5 science fiction movie already without a doubt. Like unbelievable.
Yeah.
And the first one's fine. Like, I like it a lot, but people are like, the first one's, like, I saw some people going like, eh. And look, this is the first thing I see, masterpiece, 2 towers. Like, what's going on?
2 towers, yeah, it takes me back to your flight. rest
The
in
first
power.
movie only made made 433 in the pandemic, which is pretty crazy. And they were gonna just drop it all, whatever. But I don't know. Just people are saying it's unbelievable.
I'm so excited.
I can't wait to see this.
I gotta watch the first one.
Look at this. When Lord of the Rings ended in 2003, I was worried we never have a movie experience
Oh
like
my
this again.
God.
I was wrong. We now have Dune.
Isn't just bigger and better.
We need David Lynch back.
Sorry?
We need David Lynch back.
You should watch The Fablemans.
Oh yes, I've seen that. Scene.
What?
I've seen the scene.
That's the end of the movie.
Well, whatever. I don't get upset about spoilers that happen in real life.
Yeah, but you didn't know.
Oh,
John Wick 4, 2.5 hours. Okay, see, so it's not that bad. Masterful.
I like that.
Ooh, that's
Javier Bardem.
that's a negative review, no? What does that mean?
Yeah, I guess.
Or does that mean that everyone else wasn't having fun?
Or maybe because they're so used to him being a mean guy.
But this guy, can we? Okay, no, we end on this.
How much have you lost in the toilet?
Oh, what just happened? No. This guy is sneaky, like the best director ever, maybe.
Prisoners?
Yes. Look at all these movies.
I do want to watch Sicario. I haven't seen Sicario.
I haven't seen, but he did the Blade Runner sequel, which apparently is amazing. Dune, both Dunes. Arrival, which is one of the best movies I've seen. Prisoners, which is unbelievable. Remember
Never
that?
saw it.
Yes, you did.
Oh.
Hugh Jackman, Jake Gyllenhaal.
He breaks his sink.
His kids get abducted,
Paul Dano.
and he beats the shit out of Paul Dano.
The guy from The Dark Knight.
Yeah.
Oh man, it's just gone.
I hate you.
It's just gone.
But this guy's just like
Can't be that good.
this guy's a dog. Like this is Arrival. Have you seen Arrival?
Heard great things.
You say you never saw Arrival? What?
No.
How?
I'm very much against Denis Villeneuve. No, I'm just kidding. The only one I've seen those Prisoners. I think.
Arrival is one of the best movies I've ever seen
it's
in my
so
life.
freaking
Do you know
good.
anything about it?
No.
Oh my
that has to
god! What?
That has to be one movie.
No. Well, not a commentary.
Well, then I'm excited.
I want to sit down and say nothing for 2 hours. Holy shit.
Yeah, fair enough.
Oh my god. Apparently Sicario is amazing. I've just never seen it. But
Yeah.
you don't remember this movie? Jake Gyllenhaal's like a detective.
And he throws his shit on the floor.
It's just I don't.
Not
And
good.
Hugh Jackman thinks he knows who did it, so he
When did we watch it?
at Nick Towers, Me, You, and Joel.
Oh,
Yeah, another movie like Signs you just don't remember.
yeah.
Anyway, whatever.
It was college, man.
Dune 2. But next episode we will have seen it, I guess. I don't know.
Speaking of 2, I have 2 things to say. First of all, I like to piss in public. One of
You
my
already said that.
favorite things to do. But here's a story. Driving my sister to the airport from Pennsylvania to Baltimore, and I had to piss on the way back. Drove her there, drove back, had to piss. And so I pulled off on like the first stop off, like first, hey, here's an exit. I'm like, great. So I pull off and it's just nothing but cornfields. So I'm like, well, where the hell am I going to piss in all these cornfields? Don't want to ruin this guy's way to make a living. I don't want to piss all over his corn. So I just pull out a coffee cup and just piss into the coffee cup while I'm driving. It was one of the most crazy, but like,
while you were driving.
yeah, it was really spectacular that I pulled it off, to be quite honest. And I was in not my own car, so I didn't mind pissing all over the seat, which I did.
And your sister in the car.
Well, my sister, no. This was on the way back. I dropped everybody off, but I did piss all over the seat. And then, second of all, I had this in mind for last week. I don't know if, we're getting to the end of the episode, but feel free to make this a 3-hour-long ep.
No.
I was thinking a lot about, like,
Turn the computer off.
how people say, like, hey, I wrote this movie. I don't know. They take like depression and are able to put that into like a script and take something like very sad that happened and take all that energy and like put it into a script. Or like Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, the director had told Jim Carrey, like Jim Carrey just got out of a breakup and he was like, I see how broken you are now. keep that energy. So it's like crazy to me that people can like take that, you know, very low points in their lives and like turn that into whether it's like incredible acting or incredible writing. And then
I actually think I could do it.
well, I thought that too. Because then there's certain things, whatever, just over the course of your life where like, yeah, I'm very sad right now, but maybe I'll be able to do something with it. And then you're like, but I can't.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Got it.
And you're just like, I don't know. That was all. I literally on my notes last week, it just says depression and then an arrow to writing. But it's just like very interesting to me to be like, can I turn this into something? Or do I have to wait? Or is it like you have to do it while you're in a dark place or something like that? I find it very
hold on, resident expert.
It also just takes a lot to like live through that again. Like you'd have to like go through it again while you're
Could you imagine telling a story about some stuff that you were going through?
Yeah,
like
no.
that's horrific.
Yeah, no.
Horrifying. And yet people do it and win Oscars and shit.
Yeah, good for them.
It's very weird.
Yeah.
Now, funny time. Hey, folks. Welcome back to the comedy club we got going on here.
We need a name for the comedy.
Oh yeah, what's it called?
The Chuckle Hut. No, that's a thing. So the other day, you know, it's something I'm a little embarrassed about. I can't grow a beard. You know, as much as you've seen, I've tried over the months. This is about as good as it can get. So the other day, I went to my doctor. I told him, like, hey, doc, something I'm uncomfortable with, I'm a little insecure about. I can't grow a beard. And he just told me basically, like, hey, it all comes down to genetics. There's really nothing you can do about it, unfortunately. There's different products I've looked up, you know, the beard roller, the different creams. It doesn't work. So I talked to my doctor about it. He just tells me that, you know, screw off and grow up. So I leave the doctor's office, and in the waiting room, I walk out and I see a trans man. You know, like a woman becoming a man with a full beard. So I hurry up and turn around and I go, hey, doc, what the hell are you giving this lady? Clearly there's something you can give me to fix this whole situation. That's all I got. Stick around next week, folks, for more incredible comedy that no one's ever thought of before. And that's all.
You like the Townhouse for the name of the club?
No.
Okay. Here, I'll take the mic.
Puzzles?